In this how to create a website tutorial, I will show you step by step how to create a digital agency website. I will specifically show you how to create a digital agency website using WordPress and Elementor. WordPress is the free software that we are going to use in order to create our website. And Elementor is the simple to use drag and drop page builder that we are going to use in order to design the pages of our website. Before we get started, let me show you what we will achieve by the end of this tutorial. If you land on the home page, the first thing you see is this hero section where we have this background image, which I'll be showing you how to do. I'll also show you how you can add in all this text. Going down, we have a section for services, which is currently showing 3 services. And immediately under the services, we have 2 call to actions where you can click to go to all the services page or click to go to the contact page. Going down, we have a section for a brief information about our business and some few call to actions where users can go and see all services or even go ahead and book an appointment. Going down, we have a section for how our services work, and next is a section for recent blog posts. Going down is a section for testimonials. I'll also show you how you can add some brand logos onto the homepage of your website. That is, if you have some customers already and you want to feature their logos, I'll show you how you can do that. And finally, we have a call to action where users can go ahead and book an appointment using this simple to use appointment booking form. So if users want to book an appointment, all what they need to do is go ahead and enter in their name, their phone number, and then they go ahead and choose a particular service they want to get from us. Then click on book appointments. Awesome. By the end of this tutorial, I'll show you how you can customize all the pages step by step. So let's go ahead and see what we have on the services page. So this is how our services page will look like. In here, it will display all the services we have on our website. So on the home page, we're seeing only 3. And in here, we are now seeing 6 services. Going down is a section that will show our clients the reason why they should choose us. We also have a section for portfolio or gallery, whichever way you want to call it. And going down, we have a counter section, and finally our call to action. Now let's go ahead and check the about page. So this is how the about page will look like. We have the main about info, meet our team section, latest blog post section. By the end of this tutorial, I'll show you how you can add a frequently asked questions to your website so that users of your website can have answers to some questions they want to ask. With this, you don't have to worry about answering their queries. Instead, you concentrate on how best you can serve them. We also have a page for blog posts. Perfect. And finally, a contact page from where our users can get in touch with us. By the end of this tutorial, you will have a fully customizable website that you can use in order to start generating sales. To create a website like this, we are going to use only free resources. The only thing you need to pay for is a domain name and a web hosting, which is a standard for every website. A domain name is simply the address of your website, and a web hosting is a server where all the text on our website, the images, and any other media will be stored so that users of our website can have access to all what we are seeing here wherever they are. So, if you want to learn how to make a digital agency website, keep watching. Hello guys, this is Swadik here at Dikupages Web, where I do web tutorials just like this one. So if you are new here, consider subscribing. That said, let's jump into the video. So as I indicated in the demo, to create this website, we are going to use only free resources. The only thing we need to pay for is a domain name and web hosting, which is a standard for every website. And don't worry as to where you can get your own custom domain name and web hosting, because I'm going to take you to a web hosting provider where you will get the cheapest price ever. So to get your very own custom domain name and web hosting, click on the very first link in the description down below. or go over to your browser and enter dikupages.com/asura. Hit enter, and this brings me to Asura Hosting. With Asura Hosting, you get affordable web hosting services where you'll be provided with 99.9% uptime, NVMe SSD storage, free SSL certificate, and many more. So from here, I click on web hosting. Going down, these are the various packages you get with Asura Hosting. And choosing any of these plans will depend upon the kind of website you want to create. If you are just starting out, you can go ahead and use the starter plan, and you can always upgrade later on. So for this website, I'm going to go ahead and use the starter plan. So I scroll down and click on order now. And I choose a domain. You can register a new domain or transfer your domain from another registrar. That is, if you already have a domain registered somewhere, you can transfer it to Asura Hosting, or you can use your existing domain and update your name servers. For now, I'm going to go ahead and register a new domain. So I select register a new domain. Under search domain, I search for the domain I want to register. Take note, this domain name you are going to register now should be unique to you. If a particular domain is already registered, you cannot register it for the second time. So let me show you what I mean by that. So I enter Dikupages, which is my website, and I'll leave the extension as .com, and I click on check. You see that dikupages.com is unavailable simply because this particular domain is already registered. So you need to choose a custom domain name for your business. So what I do is I get rid of this and I go ahead and enter the domain I want to register. Dikupages Web. Next is domain extension. I drop down the arrow and choose from this list any domain extension I want to use. I would recommend you use .com if you are creating a business website. So I choose .com. Now I go ahead and click on check. Alright, dikupagesweb.com is available and I can register it for $9.99. I click on continue. In here are the various features I'll get under the starter plan, which is $12 per year. Going down, I can choose a billing cycle. At the moment, annually is selected. I can choose 2 years or 3 years. If you choose 2 or 3 years, you save 16%, but I want to use annually for now. Going down, I don't want to use any of these services. I click on continue. With Asura Hosting, you get free DNS management, so I select it. I'm not going to choose IP protection. However, if you want to protect your ID, you can go ahead and choose this so that you pay $3.99 per year. I don't want to make extra payment. I'll also choose free email forwarding, and I go ahead and click on continue. So now the starter plan is $12 per year, and the domain registration is $9.99 per year, which gives a total of $21.99 per year. Going down, you can go ahead and choose the currency you want to use. I'll leave it as USD. If you have a promo code, you can enter it in here. I don't have any. If you already have an account with Asura Hosting, you can use existing customer login. At the moment, I don't have, so I select create a new account, and in here, I go ahead and enter my personal information, billing address, and then my password. Going down to payment method, in here, you can go ahead and choose the particular payment method you want to use. You can either pay with PayPal, direct credit or debit card, or Bitcoin. For this, I'm going to go ahead and use direct credit or debit card, and in here, I enter my card number, expiry date, and then CVV number. So I'll go ahead and enter all these details and click on checkout and meet you on the next page. Alright, I've made the payment and it has redirected me to my client area, and this is the domain we've just registered. The next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and check my email, since Asura Hosting will be sending me my login details to my email. Now Asura Hosting will be sending you a bunch of messages, and you should be looking for Asura hosting account information. This is the email where you find the login details to your cPanel account. So going down to control panel login information, I have my account username, account password, and then server login URL. So all what I need to do is go ahead and open this in a new tab. So I highlight it, right click, open link in a new tab. Next, I copy the username Then I go ahead and paste it in here. I go back, then I grab the password, then I go ahead and paste it in here. Then I click on sign in, and this brings me to my web hosting control panel. And in here, you see that there are so many features to deal with. However, we are not going to be using all of them. So that's it on how to get our custom domain name and web hosting. Next, I'm going to show you how to create a professional email address for your business. If you want to look professional in your business, your email address should bear your domain name. You don't want to use free email service providers like Gmail or Yahoo. And with the particular web hosting package we have purchased, we can create up to 5 free email accounts with our domain name. So having logged into our cPanel, I've already shown you how to log into the cPanel account. So from here, you go over to Email Manager section, then you click on Email Accounts. By default, an email will be created for you, but you don't want to use this. So you go ahead and create a fresh email account. To do that, I click on Create Account. Next, I choose a username. So I go ahead and click in here. So this way you can choose a username like info, support, or sales, whichever one you want to use. You can even decide to use your own name. So I'll go ahead and use info for now. Already I have the at mydomainname.com, so I don't need to type that in here. Next, I go ahead and choose my password. I can decide to generate a password from here. And if I want to see it, I click on the icon right here in order to view it. But I don't want to use a generated password. So first of all, I hide the password. Then I take this off and enter my own password. Next is email quota. At the moment, it is set to 50 megabytes. You can choose maximum. If you don't want to be limited, then I'll go ahead and click on create account. Perfect, my email account is created. So this is the email address, the password I selected, and some server information. Now this POP server information and SMTP server information, they are very crucial, especially if you want to link your email address to your Google account. But we won't be covering that in this tutorial. I exit from here, and now I have my email address right here. So with this, I can use it to send and receive my messages. Next, I'll show you how you can log into your email account. So from here, you can click on this icon right here to take you to your email account. So I do that, and it will open in a new tab. So this is how it looks like in your professional email account. So if you want to send a message, you can easily click on compose. You can also check your messages from the inbox or the junk folder. If you are conversant with using any email service provider, this will not be difficult for you to use. Now let me log off from here and I exit out of here. Now what if you want to log into your email but you don't want to go through your cPanel? All what you need to do is go to your browser, then you go ahead and enter your domain name. So mine is dikupagesweb.com. Then I'll go ahead and add webmail to it like this. Then I hit enter. So from here, I enter my email address and password. Then I click on login and it will take me to my inbox. Perfect. So that's it on how to create a professional email for your business. Next, I'm going to show you how to install WordPress on our website. To do that, first of all, you need to log into your cPanel account. So what I need to do from here is go ahead and click on dashboard, and it will take me to the front end of the control panel. From here, I scroll down to extra features. Then I go ahead and click on Software Close Auto Installer. With Software Close Auto Installer, you are just a few clicks away from installing WordPress. From here, I can go ahead and click on Install under WordPress. If you cannot see WordPress here, you can go ahead and click on it from here, or you can use the search box to search for WordPress. Since I'm seeing it here, I just click on Install. Under Choose Installation URL, you need to make sure that the protocol is set to HTTPS. Since Asura Hosting will be giving us free SSL certificates, having your website set to HTTPS will give you a secure website. So make sure it is set to HTTPS, and I choose a domain. This is the domain we want to install our website on, and that is the domain we've just registered. If you have so many domains under your web hosting, they will all be listed right here. At the moment, we have only one domain. In directory, you don't want to put anything there. So go ahead and remove the WP we are seeing right here. Now, if you don't remove whatever text you have in here, your website will install on a subfolder, and you don't want that. And for people to be able to access your website, they need to enter your domain name / whatever text you'll be having here. So I'll go ahead and remove it. Going down to site settings, in here, you go ahead and enter the name of your website as well as the site description. You can either decide to set your website name and description from here, or you can do it after installing WordPress. I'm going to go ahead and leave this for now so that I will show you how you can change the name of your website after installing WordPress. Next is admin account. In here, you choose admin username, admin password, as well as admin email address. These are the details you use to log into your WordPress website in order to edit it. So first of all, I enter my admin username. Take note, don't use admin or webmaster as your username. Always try to use a custom name. So for now, I'll use Swadik. Next is admin password. So I'll take this off and I'll go ahead and hide it for obvious reasons. I have my password, which is strong. Next is admin email. Remember, we have created our email during our previous lesson. So all what I need to do is go ahead and enter that email right here. You see that the system is generating this particular email for us, which does not exist. So if you install using this particular email, it will be difficult to retrieve your password when something goes wrong. So I'll just remove the admin from here and I enter info. Take note, that is the email address we created earlier. Going down to the end, I click on install, and WordPress will install in some few seconds. I'm doing this in real time. And boom, we are right there. Congratulations, the software was installed successfully. From here, I can go ahead and click on the domain name of my website, and it will open in a new tab. And this brings me to my website. Perfect. So that's it on how to install WordPress on our website. Next, I'm going to show you how to log into your WordPress website in order to start editing it. At the moment, it will be very difficult to customize our website simply because we are not logged into the website. So for you to be able to customize your website, you first of all have to log into your website. So to log into my WordPress website, all what I need to do is click at the end of my domain name like this. Then I bring /wp-admin. Hit enter. Next, I enter my username and password. Take note, these are the details we specified when we're installing WordPress. So I click in here, then I go ahead and enter my username. Next, I enter my password. Then I click on login. And this brings me to the dashboard of my WordPress website. And that is the back end of my website. This is where I can come in order to start editing my website. Now, if I right click on the name of my website right here, my blog, open link in a new tab. This is the front end. This is what users will see when they enter the URL of my website into their web browsers. Take note, I'm seeing this particular bar right here simply because I've logged into my website. I exit out of here for now. If you are finding value so far, please give this video a thumbs up. It does help me out so that the video will be suggested to more people on YouTube and also benefit more people. Alright, let's continue. Next, we are going to take a quick tour of the WordPress dashboard. Upon logging into your WordPress website, the first thing you see is the admin bar on top right here. On it, we have the WordPress logo where you can learn about WordPress. Next is the name of our website. At the moment, it is my blog. So if I click on it directly, it will take me to the front end of my website. If I click back on it, it will take me to the back end of my website. Next is comments icon. If you happen to add some blog posts to your website and users comment on them, This is where you get the notification, as well as here. Next is new, where you can go ahead and create a new post, add media, create pages, and also create users. And finally, on the admin bar, we have our name right here. That is the username we selected when we're installing WordPress. So from here, you can go ahead and edit your profile or log out from WordPress. Next is dashboard. When I click on this, it will just lead me back to this particular page. It doesn't really go to any other page rather than this. Under it is home and update. Home is the same as the dashboard. Next is updates. In future, when there are updates with regard to WordPress, this is where you see the notification. So when you see any number attached to updates, meaning you have that match of updates to be taken care of. Next is post, where you can go ahead and view all the posts on your website, create new posts, add categories as well as tags. Next is media, where you can go ahead and add new media to your website. Media here refers to images, videos, and audio files. So if you want to have all these kind of files on your website, you can go ahead and add them here for later use. Next is pages, where you can go ahead and view all the pages on your website, that is at the back end, or create new pages for your website. Next is comments, which we have already seen here, followed by appearance. Appearance is the menu we can use if you want to add a theme to our website. Take note, a theme is basically the design and layout of your website. Next is plugins. With plugins, you'll be able to add additional functionalities to your website. So we shall look at themes and plugins later on in this course. With users, you can go ahead and manage users on your website by viewing all users, adding new users, and even editing your own profile. Next is tools, where you can go ahead and import or export information into or from your website. You can also use this particular feature to check the site health of your website. You can also perform some extra functionalities with the tools menu. Finally, we have settings. In here, you can go ahead and perform some extra settings with regard to your WordPress website. We shall look at some of them as and when we need them. Next on the main page are some widgets we are seeing right here. For instance, this particular one will display the site health of our website. That is what we saw under tools right here. Next is quick draft. If you want to make a quick draft in WordPress, you can go ahead and use this feature. So basically, that is a quick tour of the WordPress dashboard. Next, I'm going to show you how you can clean up your WordPress website. Looking at our back end, all these widgets, they look distracting. So we can go ahead and take them off if we don't really want to use them. So what I can do is I can click on this arrow right here to collapse them. Or better still, I can go over to screen options. Then I go ahead and untick all these. Awesome. Next, I go over to post. By default, WordPress will give us a new Hello World post after we have finished installing WordPress. So if I don't want it, all what I need to do is click on trash. Then I go over to the trash and I empty the trash. Next, I go over to pages. In here, we have two pages, that is privacy policy and sample page. They are all default pages WordPress is giving us after the installation. I don't need them. So what I do is I select all by clicking on this checkbox. Then I go over to bulk actions, move to trash, apply. If I want to take them off completely my website, I can go over to the trash. Then I go ahead and empty the trash. Next, I go over to appearance. Take note, appearance is the location where we can manage our themes. By default, WordPress is giving us these three themes. And at the moment, this is the theme that is active. If I go to the front end of my website, this is the theme we are currently using. Going back, it means that I don't need any of these two themes. So I go ahead and remove them by clicking on theme details, delete, OK. Theme details, delete, OK. Unfortunately, we cannot delete this theme simply because we need an existing theme to work with. However, I will show you how we can choose a new theme for our website later on in this course. Next, I go over to plugins. In here, I have two plugins which are not activated, which means we are not using any of them. Leaving them here, they will only take some space of our website. So what I do is I select all, then I go over to bulk actions, delete, apply, okay. So basically that is the cleaning up we want to do for now. Next, I'm going to show you how to perform some basic setting of WordPress. So the first thing I want to deal with is my name right here. At the moment, I'm seeing the username I selected when I was installing WordPress. So if I want to change it, all what I need to do is over here, then I click on edit profile. I can also go over to users, then I click on profile. Either way, they will all take me to the same place. So I click on profile. In here, you can go ahead and choose some color scheme you want. This is the default one. If I choose light, you see how light looks like. Modern, blue, coffee. So you can go ahead and explore these colors and choose the one you want. I like the default. Going down, this is my username. You see that it is grayed out, which means I cannot change it. Next, I go ahead and enter my first and last names. Next is nickname. So you can go ahead and change this name to whatever name you want. I'll leave it as it is for now. Next is display name publicly as. I drop down the arrow, and these are the name parents I'm seeing. Take note, I'm seeing these parents as a result of what I've entered in the first and last names. I'll go ahead and choose this one, and immediately I click on it, you see that the name has appeared right here. Going down, this is my contact info, that is email and website. Next is bio information. In here, I can go ahead and enter my bio information so that in future when I start making blog posts, I can display my bio information under my blog post. Alright, this is what I want to enter for now. Next is profile picture. At the moment, you are not allowed to set a profile picture directly on WordPress. You can do that by going to this website, that is Gravatar website. So I right click on it, open link in a new tab. So in here, you go ahead and sign up and you have the opportunity to upload your profile picture. Take note, when you are signing up, the email address you use right here should be used before you'll be able to see the profile picture you'll be uploading on Gravatar. So if you use any email other than this particular email, you won't be able to see the profile picture you'll be uploading on Gravatar. I'm not actually going to go through it, so I exit from here. I just want to show you the possibility. Going down, you can reset your password if you want to do so from here. Going down, I click on update profile. My profile is updated. Next, I go over to settings, then I click on general. Remember when we're installing WordPress, I said I'll show you how you can change the name of your website as well as the site description. This is where you can do that. You see that we still have my blog as the name of our website, and then my WordPress blog as our site description or tagline. So in here, I go ahead and choose the name I want to use for my website. Dikupages Digital Agency, and as soon as you enter the name here, you see it right here. Next is my tagline, so I take off my WordPress blog, then I enter in my own tagline. Next is WordPress address and site address. In here, you need to make sure that you have HTTPS here instead of HTTP. For you to have a secure website, you need the HTTPS. It is very important. To verify that, you need to make sure that you have a padlock right here. So if I point on it, you see that I have verified by Let's Encrypt. Next is administrative email address. In here, if you want to change your email address, this is where you can do that. However, the moment you try to change, you have to confirm the new email address you want to change to. Next is membership. If you are creating a website where you need users to register on your website, this is where you can do that. You need to select this so that users of your website will be able to register on it. At the moment, I don't want users to register on my website, so I leave it unchecked. Next is new user default role. You can drop down the arrow and choose a particular role for yourself. This is the default one. You don't need to do anything in here. Next is site language. At the moment, it is set to English, United States. You can go ahead and choose the particular language you want. I leave it as English United States for now. In here, you can go ahead and choose your time zone by dropping down the arrow. And I'll go ahead and search for Accra by going on top. That is Africa, Accra, since I'm in Ghana. Going down, you can choose a date and time format. I leave them as they are. Then I go ahead and save the changes. Next, I go over to permalinks. Under permalink settings, you need to change the common settings from day and name to post name. This is very important. If you start to create blog posts on your website, your blog post will assume these particular permalinks where you have year, month, day as part of your URL, and you don't want this. This is not good for search engine optimization. So you may want to change it from day and name to post name. Then you go ahead and save the changes. Next, I'm going to show you how to choose and install a theme. A theme is basically the design and layout of your WordPress website. Now, if I go to the front end of my website, this is the current look and feel of my website. So this is my theme. That is the black header right here with white text. And then down here below, I have white background with black text. So this is the current look and feel of my website. Now, if I go to Dikupages.com, this is the look and feel of Dikupages.com website. So this website is using a particular theme that is giving it this look and feel. I exit out of here. So now let's go ahead and choose and install our own theme. To do that, I go to the back end of my website. Then I go over to Appearance, click on Themes. In here, I click on Add New, and I'll be presented with some themes, which is categorized under popular. We also have latest and favorites. There are a wide range of themes under the WordPress repository, and every single theme has its characteristics and unique features. Installing any theme will depend upon your website's requirements. If you want to create a business website, you should be looking for a theme that is designed purposely for business websites. If you want to create a blog website or an e-commerce website, you should be looking for a theme that is designed for blog websites and e-commerce websites respectively. However, some themes are multi-purpose themes. They can be used for almost any kind of website. Now we see a figure right here that is 4,872. This is how much of themes we can find in the WordPress repository. This number tells you that you cannot use all the themes in the WordPress repository. So having seen what a theme is and what they can do, I'll quickly take you to the particular theme we want to install for this particular website. To do that, I'll click in here under Search Themes, then I search for Blocksy. And I have the Blocksy theme right here. I go ahead and click on Install. It is installed, then I go ahead and activate. Now our new theme is installed and activated. Let's go to the front end of our website and check it out. So I right click, open link in a new tab. Now this is the current look and feel of our website, but it's still plain and boring. I exit out of here. Remember when we were cleaning up our website in our previous lesson, I said I'll show you how to delete this theme after we have installed the theme we want to use for our website. So I go ahead and click on Theme Details, Delete. Okay. Awesome. It should be noted that after installing the Blocksy theme, you have this notification right here thanking you for installing the Blocksy theme, and it will be recommended that you install a plugin that is the Blocksy Companion. With this particular plugin, you get additional functionalities to the Blocksy theme. So I'll go ahead and click on Install Blocksy Companion. Now the plugin is installing as well as activating. It is installed. Next, the Blocksy theme will want you to opt in for updates. I would highly recommend you click on Allow and Continue. If you want to be using the Blocksy theme, you want to know about some update about the theme. I'm already getting updates from them, so I'll go ahead and skip for now. And this brings me to the Blocksy dashboard. Remember I said you get additional functionalities to the Blocksy theme when you install the Blocksy companion. Let's go ahead and confirm that by going to starter size. With the starter size, you can go ahead and import a pre-made template onto your website and customize it the way you want. So these are the various starter size you get with the Blocksy theme. But we are not going to be using any pre-made template in this course. We are going to go ahead and design our website from scratch. If in any case you want to use any of the starter size, you can just go ahead and click on import on the particular one you want to use. Next, let's go over to extensions. In here, you can go ahead and use some free extensions. If you want to enable cookie consent for your website, you can just go ahead and activate this. If you need a newsletter, you can activate it. You can also add product reviews to your website, trending posts, as well as widgets. For now, the only feature I want to use is the widgets, so I just go ahead and activate it. It is activated. So that's all what we want to do with regards to the Blocksy theme and the Blocksy companion for now. Having installed our theme as well as the Blocksy companion, the next thing we want to do is go ahead and install another plugin, and we are going to install the Elementor page builder plugin, because that is what we are going to use in order to design the pages of our website. So to install the plugin, I go over to plugins, then I click on add new. Under search plugins, I search for Elementor. And right here is the Elementor website page builder. All what you need to do is go ahead and click on install now, then activate. The plugin is installed and activated successfully, and now we have 2 plugins on our website. Now, if in any case you are not redirected to this page, that is the plugins page, meaning it will be taking you to the Elementor settings wizard. All what you need to do is you see a close button somewhere at the upper right hand corner of your page. You just go ahead and click on it. It will take you to the dashboard of your website. In the introductory video of this tutorial, I showed you how our website will look like after we have finished creating it, just like what we are seeing right now. So this website we have here, we are not going to create it from scratch. What we are going to do is go ahead and import it as a template onto our website so that we'll build from it. So to be able to import our template kit, we are going to first of all go ahead and perform some settings. So the first thing we are going to do is go over to Elementor, just hover on it, then click on settings. Under general, you need to make sure that disable default colors and disable default fonts are checked. By checking the boxes, it will disable the Elementor's default colors so that the colors and fonts will be inherited from your theme. So I'll leave them as checked. One other thing you may want to consider doing is check landing pages under post types, just in case you have some landing pages on your website, so that you'll be at a safer side. Even though I don't have any landing pages on the template kit we'll be importing. I click on Save Changes. Next, go over to Experiments. Going down, we are going to do 2 things in here. You see that we have Flexbox Container. This is a feature Elementor is rolling out and is still in the alpha state. With this Flex container, you'll be able to create advanced layouts and responsive designs using the new Flexbox container element inside the Elementor page editor. At the moment, Elementor is using sections and column structure in order to design pages. So when the Flexbox container is fully launched, it will replace the sections and column structure. Even though it's not launched yet, you can still go ahead and use it. And that is what the template kit we are going to be using is based on. So all what you need to do is drop down the arrow here, then go ahead and choose active. Going down under stable features, we have import export template kit. In here, you drop down the arrow, then you go ahead and choose active. With this selected, you'll be able to import your template kit. Going down, click on Save Changes. Now that we've performed the settings, the next thing we want to do is go over to Tools, still under Elementor. Then you head over to Import Export Kit. In here, you will be presented with 2 options, that is Export a Template Kit and then Import a Template Kit. For now, we are going to use the Import Template Kit in order to get our template imported. If you want to learn how to export a template kit, I have a video link in the description down below that will take you through step by step as to how you can export an Elementor template kit. So let's go ahead and click on Start Import, and this is where you are going to upload your template kit. To download the template kit, there's a link that is displayed at the bottom of this video. Just go ahead and enter it in the address bar of your web browser. Then it will take you to a page where you can go ahead and download the template kit. Before we go further, it is recommended you back up your website before you start importing the template kit. For this tutorial, we are using a fresh installation of WordPress, so we don't really need to make any backup. However, if you want to learn how to back up your WordPress website, I have a video link in the description down below that will take you through step by step as to how you can back up your WordPress website. I already have the template kit saved in my computer and I have it right here. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and drag it and drop it right here. Now the importation is starting. In here, you'll be given the opportunity to select the plugins you want to import. At the moment, these are the plugins we already have on our website. That is the Elementor Page Builder, then the Blocksy Companion. And now the template kit wants you to import these two plugins, that is Essential Add-ons for Elementor and then WP Forms. Essential Add-ons for Elementor is an Elementor add-on plugin that will add extra widgets to the Elementor Page Builder. And then WP Forms is a drag and drop form builder that we are going to use in order to create the contact form on our website. So you need to make sure that two plugins are selected. Then you go ahead and click on Next. So here, templates and contents will be imported. However, for you to be able to import templates, you need the pro version of Elementor. I don't have any template as part of the template kits, so I don't need to worry about that. Next thing you need to do is go ahead and click on Import, and it is setting up your kit. You patiently need to wait for it to finish setting it up. Now it is activating the Essential Add-ons for Elementor plugin. Is activated already. Next thing you need to do here is go ahead and enable unfiltered files. So you click on Enable, and now it is importing content, template, and size settings. Your kit is live now on your site. Perfect. So these are the features we've imported onto our website. We have 5 pages, 12 posts, and then 10 navigation menu items. And finally, these 2 plugins. Next, you go ahead and click on Close, or you can even go ahead and see the website. For now, I'll close. And you see that we now have new menu items here. That is Essential Add-ons and then WP Forms. Now let's go to the front end of our website. So I'll go ahead and right click on the name of my site, then open link in a new tab. And this is how our website will look like. And you see that it's not looking exactly as we saw in the introductory part of the video. However, we have all the pages we need. That is the About page, blog, contact, home, and services. And you will notice that they are not even arranged properly. If we go back to the demo website, here, this is how the website should look like. So how are we going to achieve this? Going back, now we are going to customize our website so that it will appear just as we saw in the demo website. And we are not going to be doing everything from scratch. The file you have downloaded, upon extracting it, you see these 2 files, of which we have already imported this particular one. That is the zip file. The second file is this one, which has to do with the theme customization settings. So this is the file we are going to import onto our theme customizer so that it will change our website completely from this state to this state. So going back, to achieve that, you go ahead and click on Customize. Inside the theme customizer, you go over to General. Under General, you click on Manage Options. And this is where we are going to import the theme customization settings. All what you need to do is click here, then you go ahead and upload it. You can also drag and drop it right here, and that is what I'm going to do. So I open out my folder and I just click on it and drag it right here. You see the file now. After dragging and dropping, you go ahead and click on Import Customizations. You just have to click once and it will start loading. Let's wait for the magic to happen. Perfect. So this is what we achieve. Awesome. You see that everything is changed just like we have in the demo website. Awesome. However, you notice that our logo is not showing. So what you are going to do is over on the header right here, then you click on main row, then it will open up the header customizer right here. Next thing you want to do is click on logo. You see that we have the main logo, but we don't have transparent state logo and then sticky state logo. So we go ahead and add it up. So I click on select logo. First of all, you may want to check the media library to see if the logo is there. We are only seeing the black logo, and that is not what we want to use. So I go to upload files, select files. I have the logo right here. I select it and I click on open. It should be noted that you can go ahead and upload your own logo. It is uploaded, then I click on select. Perfect. You repeat the same thing for the sticky state logo. Just select the same thing, select, and it is added right here. When that is done, you go ahead and click on publish. It is published. Now we exit out of here. And now we have our complete website. Perfect. Now if we scroll down to the bottom, you see that right here, we don't have the booking form. And if you go to the contact page as well, we don't have the contact form. And this is because the contact forms will not be imported when you are importing the template kit. So all what you need to do is go ahead and create them, which we shall be looking at subsequently. So that's it on how to import a template kit. We are going to look at how we can customize the pages of our website, because the content we are seeing right here is not what we want to use on our website. So let's see how we can go ahead and change the images as well as the text. So first of all, we are going to start with the home page. So to do that, you need to make sure that you are on the home page. Then you go ahead and click on edit with Elementor. Inside the Elementor editor, the first thing you may want to do is go ahead and change the background image. To change it, you need to go ahead and right click somewhere here or any part on the image. If you try to go to edit section, it won't allow you simply because of the transparent header. So all what you need to do is right click somewhere here, then you click on edit container. Next, you go over to style. And the style, you can choose to use a color or an image. In this instance, we are using an image as our background. If you want to use a color, first of all, you need to take off the image by deleting it from here. Then you can go ahead and choose your color from here. Perfect. Or you can even go to the global colors and choose your color. We are not going to use a background color, so I clear it. Then I go ahead and click on choose image. If you don't have the image you want to use as your background in your media library, you can go over to upload files and you go ahead and upload it just as we uploaded the logo. So assuming this is the image I want to use, I just select it and I go ahead and click on insert media and it will show right there. Perfect. Other settings you may want to consider is position. At the moment it is set to center. You can choose default. You see the movement. You can also choose center left depending upon how your image is. For now, I'll keep it as center. And the attachment, you see that when I'm scrolling, the image is fixed. That is because fixed is selected. You can choose default so that it will scroll along with the page. I'll keep it as fixed, and then the size is set to cover. You can choose whatever format you want. I'll leave it as cover. So that is how you can change the background image. I actually don't want to use this image, so I go back and choose the original image. Perfect. Next thing you want to do is go ahead and customize the text here. So all what you need to do is just click in there to activate it. Then you can change it from here. First digital agency internally. You can change the color and the style by going to text color, and you can choose whatever color you want. Perfect. For me, I'll keep it as white, and I'm going to go ahead and use my global colors. You can also go ahead and customize this text just by activating it, then you change it from here. For now, I'll leave the default text. Going down to the services section, similarly, you can go ahead and edit the text right here just by clicking in there. You can change it from here just by removing what is there. Then you go ahead and enter in what you want. I'll keep our services. So this one, instead of we provide the best digital marketing services, maybe I want to say we provide the best digital web services, something like that. Going down, we have the main services and 3 of them are being displayed. So having the services in here will depend upon the number of services you want. So for you to be able to edit the services, all what you need to do is go ahead and click on the pencil icon right here. I've used the image box widget for these services, and you see that I have edit image box right here. If you want to change this little image right here, all what you need to do is click in here to choose your image. You can go ahead and upload it. So let's assume I want to use this one. I just select it, then I click on insert media and it will show right there. Perfect. You can change the title from here. So instead of website strategy, I'll say website design, something like that. Then you can go ahead and edit the description from here. So similarly, you go ahead and edit the rest of the services. Going down, we have these 2 buttons, of which you can link this button to the services page and this one to the contact page. So upon clicking on it, you see that the link is hashtag. So I can just take it off. Then I type in services. It will give me the best match. I just go ahead and click on it to insert the link. I do the same thing for contact. I remove the hashtag, then I search for contact. I'll get the best match. I just click on it to insert the link. At the moment, don't worry about the colors yet. I'll take you to the theme customizer where you can choose your website colors so that the various colors will reflect throughout your website. Going down to the about section, you can go ahead and change all this text. This is just a normal heading widget, and this is a text editor, as we can see here upon activating it. And down here below is a list, that is icon list. You can go ahead and change them as you wish. If you don't need them, you can just right click like this and you go ahead and delete. As simple as that. But I think I need them. I'll just go ahead and reverse the action by pressing Ctrl+Z keys on the keyboard. Next, let's see how we can change this image. Now, if you click on the pencil icon right here, you see that you won't be able to edit the image. And the reason is that the image is being applied to the column itself. So what you need to do is click on edit container right here, then go over to style, and the image is right here. So you click on it, then you can go ahead and choose your own image. I'll choose this for instance, then I click on insert media. Similarly, you can go ahead and do the same thing here. Also change the text, then you can link this button to the services page. Just click on it, then go over to link, remove the hashtag, then you search for services. Click on it to insert the link. You can change the text on the button from here. So I will say see all services, something like that. I just want to show you how you can customize it. Going down, so this is the same sections. Don't really need to do anything there. Next is the how it works section. So this is where you want to tell your customers how your services is done. If it is a service that is done based on a laid down procedure, you can go ahead and enter in those procedure here. And this is using the image box, just as we saw on the services right here. So going down to blog post section, here if you want to include blog posts on your website, you can leave it. But if you don't want any blog posts on your website, you can just go ahead and remove the whole section completely by clicking on the exit icon right here. Let's see how we can do that. Just click and the section is gone completely. But I'll reverse it. Going down is the testimonial section. This one, I've used the testimonial widget to create it. So you just click on it and you see that we have edit testimonial. You can enter the main content here. You can go ahead and select the customer's image from here. You can enter in the name of the customer here. So let me say Swadik Dana. And then you can enter the job title here, maybe CEO. Similarly, you go ahead and do the same thing for the rest of the testimonials. Next is the brand logo section. So in here, if you already have some customers, you can go ahead and place their logos right here. You can just get some selected few and place them right here. So all what you need to do is click on the pencil icon on the particular one you want to change. Then you go over to choose image. Then from here, you go ahead and upload the file in order to choose your image. So let me just choose this one to show you how you can change that. Insert media. Perfect. And finally, we have the call to action. That is where we'll have our booking form, which is not displaying at the moment. And you see that this section is having a background image. You want to change it. All what you need to do is click on edit container right here. Then you go over to style. The image is here. You click on it and you choose whatever image you want. I exit from here because that is the image I want to use. So that is all about the home page. With this website, you don't need to worry about mobile responsiveness because everything was optimized. So let's click on responsive mode. Then we go over to tablet. Scrolling up, see that everything is optimized. You don't need to worry about mobile responsiveness. Let's see mobile. And starting from top. Perfect. So that is it for the home page. I exit from here. Then I go ahead and update. Let's preview it. Perfect. So that's it on how to customize the home page of our website. Next, I'll show you how to create a contact form for your website. And we'll be creating two contact forms. First of all, we'll create the booking form, place it right here, and then create another form for the main contact page. To do that, you need to go to the back end of your website, then go over to WP Forms, click on Add New. From here, I give my form a name, so I'll call it Appointment Booking. In here, you have various templates you can go ahead and choose from. But for this tutorial, I'm going to use a blank form. So I click on Create Blank Form. In here, we have standard fields and fancy fields. All the standard fields are free to use. With the fancy fields, we need the pro version of the WP Forms plugin. We don't need that. The first field we need is go ahead and add the name field. Just click on it and it will appear right here. The next field is a field for phone number. In here, you have two options. You can use numbers field or single line text field. For this, I'm going to use single line. So I just go ahead and click on it and it will appear right here. And finally, I'll add the fields for the services I render. And I'm going to go ahead and use a drop down. So I click on it. Now that we have all the fields we need, let's go ahead and customize our form. So the first one is the name field. I just click on it. The format, I'm going to change it to simple. I don't need two fields for my name field. So I'll just choose simple so that I have a single field. And I'm going to go ahead and make it a required field, which is already enabled. Next, I go over to advanced and I'm going to change the field size from medium to large so that the field will stretch across. I want to add in a placeholder just like what we have in here. This is where I enter the placeholder. I click in here, then I enter your name. So this is telling the customer to enter in their name. I provide space and I'm going to go ahead and add asterisk to indicate that it is required. Meanwhile, I don't want to display the title right here, so I go ahead and hide the label. Next, I go over to this field for the phone number. So the label, I call it phone, is going to be a required field. I go over to advanced. I change the size from medium to large. I give it a placeholder of your phone and I add an asterisk. I hide the label. Next, I go over to the drop down for services. So the label will be services. And this is where you want to enter in all the services you render. So the first one, let's assume I do web services. So I say web design. And the second one will be email marketing. The third one, social media marketing. And you see that I've exhausted the three options. So what I need to do is go ahead and click on the plus icon right here to add more. So if in your case, maybe you have only two services, meanwhile you are presented with three options, you can go ahead and delete it from here if you don't need a particular one. So I add in a new section, then I enter search engine optimization. Perfect. It's going to be a required field. Next, I go over to advanced and I change the field size from medium to large. And then the placeholder, I say select service and I add an asterisk. I hide the label. Next, let's go over to settings. The first thing we want to look at is general. In here, you can go ahead and change the name of the form if you want to. You can give it a description. I don't want to do that. The submit button text, I want to change it to book appointment. Next, I go over to notifications. In here, you need to make sure that notifications is enabled. Otherwise, you won't get emails when people submit the form. The first field is send to email address. And you see that we have this tag right here. When you leave this, when users of your website send you a message through the form, it will go to the particular email address you used to set up WordPress. That is the email address you entered when you were installing WordPress. So if you don't want your emails to be redirected to that particular email, then what you need to do is go ahead and enter in the particular email where you want your messages to be directed to. I will leave this because I want my emails to go to the email address I used to set up WordPress. Next is the subject line. So this is just telling you that a new appointment booking entry is coming in. However, you can go ahead and customize it the way you want. And the from name should be the name of your website. So in here, the send to email address is the main feature. Next thing we want to do is go over to confirmations. And the confirmation type, at the moment it is set to message. You can drop down the arrow. You can show your users a page after they have submitted the form. So if you click on show page, you need to go ahead and choose a confirmation page from your existing pages. You can also decide to redirect them to a different URL, and in here you need to enter that particular URL. For now, I'll keep it as message, and this is the message that will be displayed when they submit the form. In this case, we are making an appointment booking form. So what I want to do is go ahead and customize it to appear as such. So I'll say thanks for booking an appointment with us or something. So everything is set. I go ahead and save the changes. The changes is saved. I exit from here and you see my form right here. You will also be presented with a short code which you can embed on any page of your website, but we are not going to be using that. Since we are using Elementor, we can just go ahead and choose the form inside the Elementor editor. So we've created the appointment booking form. Next, let's go ahead and create the form for the main contact page. To create the main contact form, we need to follow the same procedure as we did for the booking form. So with this, we are not going to go ahead and create it from scratch. So what we need to do is go ahead and duplicate the booking form so that we get our contact form from it. To do that, you need to hover on the form, then click on duplicate. Are you sure you want to duplicate this form? Click on OK to have it duplicated. Now we have our new form, and you see that their shortcode are different. This one is 94 and the duplicated one is 97. It doesn't really matter because we are not going to be using them. Next thing you want to do is come over to the duplicated form, then go ahead and click on edit. So from here, we need to add some more fields. So the first field we are going to add is email. So I just click on it. It is added. Next, we need a paragraph field for the main message. So I click on paragraph text and it will be added right here. Let's go ahead and customize them. So I click on email field. Take note, it is going to be a required field. Next, you go over to advanced. The field size, you choose large so that it will be in line with the rest of the fields. Placeholder will be your email. Add asterisk and then go ahead and hide the label. Next is the paragraph field. Click on it, then you change the label to message. It's going to be required. Let's go over to advanced. With the paragraph field, you leave the size as medium. Next, we enter in placeholder text. So I'll say more info. Then you go ahead and hide the label. Next thing we want to do is rearrange the fields. And I want to take email field so that you appear immediately under name. So we are done customizing the fields. Next, let's head over to settings. In here, you need to change the name of the form. So instead of appointment booking, we call it contact form. The submit button, we enter in send message. Next, we go over to confirmations. So similarly, the send to email address should be this tag, unless of course you want to redirect your messages to a different email. The subject line, so instead of new appointment booking entry, say new contact form entry. and it's coming from the name of our website, and then from email is the same as the send to email address, unless of course you want to change it. Now the next field is reply to email address. We didn't talk about this field when we were creating the appointment booking form, and the reason is that we were not having email field as part of the form where users will go ahead and enter in their email. So with the main contact form, we have email field where users will enter in their email. So we'll need their emails in order to reply to their messages. So what you need to do is go ahead and click on show smart tags, then you click on email so that it will insert this particular tag for us. And what this tag is going to do is that it will pull in the email address of the sender. So that is all what we want to do in here. Next, we go over to confirmations. So this one will say, thank you for contacting us. We'll be in touch with you shortly. So everything is set. I go ahead and save. Let's exit out of here. So now we have our two forms created. So that's it on how to create a contact form and a booking form for our website. Next thing we want to do is go ahead and add these contact forms to their respective pages. So to do that, I go to the front end of my website, and we'll start with the one on the home page right here. I'm already on the home page. So if you are not on the home page, you need to make sure that you are there. Then you go ahead and click on edit with Elementor. Inside the Elementor editor, you scroll to the bottom part of the page, that is this section. Then you go ahead and click on the pencil icon right here, and you see that at the left side pane we have edit WP forms. And the reason why we are seeing this is that the WP form widget was already added to this particular column right here. So what you need to do is go ahead and select your form from here. So you drop down the arrow, and we are going to put the appointment booking form here. So we choose appointment booking, and it will show right here. So with this, users can enter in their name, phone, and choose a service, then go ahead and book an appointment so that we call them up. Perfect. So that is all what we want to do in here. We go ahead and update. We can preview the changes. Going down, we have our form right here. So similarly, you can go to the services page, then you go ahead and edit it with Elementor, and you repeat the same process in order to have your form right here. Next, let's go over to the contact page. Meanwhile, I'll exit from here. Then you edit it with Elementor. Going down, you click on the pencil icon right here. That is the widget for the contact form, and it will open up edit WP forms. Under select a form, you drop down the arrow, then you choose contact form, and it will show right here. So our work here is done, and you go ahead and update. Let's preview the changes. Going down, we see our contact form right here. So with this, our clients can get in touch with us. So that's it on how to create our contact forms and also embed it on their respective pages. Now we are going to look at how we can customize our website. By customizing your website, there's a lot you can do. For instance, changing the colors on your website, customizing the header, as well as customizing the footer. For this, we are going to make it as minimal as possible because the template has already done all the work for us. So to do that, click on customize. The first thing I want us to look at is add in a shortcut icon right here. To achieve that, we go down to site identity. Then in here, you click on select site icon. Go over to upload files, select files. I have mine right here. I just click on it and click on open. Then I go ahead and click on select. I skip cropping, and it will show right here. Next thing we want to do is go ahead and work on the colors of our website. So going back, we scroll up to colors, that is under general options. You click on colors. So these are the various colors we have on the website. That is the global colors. It should be noted that these are not the default colors on the Blocksy theme. These colors were being set during the creation of the template kit. Before we start changing the colors, first of all, I want to go to the home page. That is where we can see more colors. So now if I drop down the arrow here, I have the option to choose from the colors of the theme. So if I choose this particular one, you see that the color on my active menu has changed. Going down, you see the hover colors right here. And then if I hover on the button, you see that. So this is how you can simply change the colors on your website. You see that upon choosing the color set, it will run through the entire website. Let's see how another one will come up. Maybe this red. Perfect. This is looking cool. Let's take it back to the color palette one. So we choose this and it will take us back to our original colors. Now let's assume this is the only color palette we have in here. Meanwhile, our clients don't want these particular colors on their website. How are we going to change the colors? So with this, you need to make sure you get the colors from your clients. So to change the first color, that is color 1, all what you need to do is go ahead and click on it. Then you go ahead and choose the particular color you want. You see that. If you know the hex code of the particular color, you can just go ahead and enter it in here. So upon choosing this green color, every color that was using the purple color will now change to green, like the heading here. If I scroll down and hover on the buttons, you see that the hover color is now green. So similarly, you can go ahead and change the rest of the colors just as we did for the first color. I want to keep the purple color, so I'll just go ahead and enter it in here. Perfect. Now going down, the next thing we want to look at is customize the footer. So you can do that by clicking on edit right here. That is if you want to edit this particular widget. So these are all the widgets we have on the footer. The top here, that is the menu here, is what we see here. That is footer menu. We also have socials, and then the 4 widgets are in the middle, followed by copyright widgets. Let's see how we can customize this text here. So all what you need to do is go ahead and click on the widget like this. Then when you see this panel right here, what you need to do is go ahead and click on got it. Then it will go off. From here, you click in here in order to change your text. So you can just go ahead and click at the end, start typing, or remove what you don't want and enter in what you want. I'll keep the default text for now. You want to change the logo, what you need to do is go ahead and click on it. Then you click on replace. If you already have the image you want to use in the media library, you can just go ahead and click on open media library. Then you choose the one you want to use, just like this, and it will show right here. Perfect. But I want to keep the black one. I just want to show you the possibilities. All right. If you don't need it at all, you can click on options right here. Then you go ahead and click on remove image. But I think having it looks cool. So I exit from here. Next is the company widget, that is widget 2. This menu here is a pre-made menu which is being pulled from the main menu right here. If I select the widget right here, then I click on it from here, you see that under select menu, primary menu is selected. And this is the primary menu we have right here. Now if I select quick links, it will pull in this particular links right here. You see that. And the reason is that this particular widget was also created by pulling in all these links. So I go back and I choose the primary menu. The next widget is the quick links. These links are not going to any page. So in future, if you create the privacy policy, terms of service, and the rest of the pages, you can come in here to link them up. You can actually do it by going to the back end of your website, then go over to appearance, click on menus, then under select menu, drop down the arrow and choose quick links, click on select. So upon creating the privacy policy page, what you need to do is drop down the arrow here, then you go ahead and paste in the URL. I'll show you how you can create a page later on and how you can add the menu right here. Going back to the customization, you can also go ahead and customize the contact information by clicking on widget area 4. And this is where you can go ahead and customize it. Just click on it. You can change the title from here if you don't want to see contact info. Going down, you see that we have address, phone, and mobile. That is what we are seeing here. Now, if you don't want to see address, you can just click on the icon right here. You can even go ahead and delete it completely from here if you don't need it. But we need it, so I enable it. Now, to change the information there, what you need to do is click on the drop down icon right here. Then the title itself, that is address, is what we see right here. So you can change it from here. The content, that is street name, New York, and then this address, you can change it from here. So I'll change it right now. So similarly, you can enter in the phone numbers. So I drop down the arrow right here. The title is phone. The content is self. I enter in the phone number. If you want to link it up, which is optional, you can repeat the number here by removing this. You make sure that you have tel for telephone and then colon. So I'll just copy the number and I paste it in here so that users can click on this to call us through the web page. So similarly, you can do the same thing for phone. In here, you can change the icon size. At the moment, it is set to medium. You can use small or large. I'll keep it as medium for now. You can even change the icon shape to non-rounded or square. I'll leave it as rounded. So all is set. I go ahead and publish. It is published. Let's exit out of here. So that's it on how we can customize our website. Next, we are going to look at how to add extra pages to our website. You see that at the moment we have only 5 pages. Let's see how we can add more pages to our website if there is the need. I'll show you how you can add a new page from scratch, and I'll also show you how you can duplicate an existing page so that you go ahead and build your page from the duplicated page. So to create a fresh page, head over to the back end of your website, then go over to pages, click on add new. I exit out of here. Next thing you want to do is enter in a title for your page. Here we want to create a page for our privacy policy, and this is where you want to enter in the content of your privacy policy. That is if you want to use the Gutenberg editor. So I'll just go ahead and enter in some dummy content here. Then I'll go ahead and publish again. The page is published. We can take a look. So this is how our privacy policy page will look like. So let's assume we want to build a page with Elementor. So what you need to do is click on edit page. Then you go ahead and click on edit with Elementor. So first of all, I don't need the title right here. So what we are going to do is go over to settings down here. Then under page layout, drop down the arrow and choose Elementor full width. The page will reload and you see that the title is gone. Meanwhile, our text is scratched into the header. We'll fix it in a moment. Next thing we want to do is go ahead and add a banner for our page. To do that, click on the icon right here, that is add new container. Then we'll go ahead and use a single column container. And we'll give it a minimum height of 300 pixels. Next, we click on style and we are going to give it a background color. So I choose classic. Then I'll go ahead and choose one of my global colors and I'll choose the light purple. If you want, you can go ahead and use an image as the background. Next thing I want to do is go over to widgets and I'm going to go ahead and add in a heading widget like this. Then I change the text to privacy policy. You see that our text is stuck to the upper left hand corner. Let's select the container. Then we go back to layout. Next, we go over to items. Under align items, you choose center. And then justify content, you go ahead and choose center as well. Perfect. The next thing we want to do is go ahead and take the whole of this container on top of the text widget right here. So what we need to do is hover on edit container, click on it and drag it on top until you see this blue bar on top right here. Then you release. Perfect. Next thing we want to do is add some spacing in between the banner and the text. To do that, click on edit section right here, then go over to advanced and we are going to go ahead and add in a pattern. Before we do that, we go ahead and unlink the values and then top I enter 80, bottom will be 80 as well. Perfect. So if you want to add in more text, what you need to do is just enable this, then you come into the text editor to the bottom part, then you hit enter and then add in your new content. Perfect. So now designing the page is done. I go ahead and update. Let's preview the changes. Perfect. Now that we've seen how to add a page from scratch, let's see how we can duplicate an existing page so that we build from it. To do that, we go to the back end of our website, then click on pages. These are all the pages we have on our website. So let's assume we want to duplicate the contact page. Upon hovering on it, you see EA duplicator. We are getting this feature as a result of the essential add-ons for Elementor plugin. So to duplicate the contact form, all what you need to do is hover on it, then you click on EA duplicator. The page will reload. After that, you see a new contact page. However, the page is in a draft mode, meaning it's not live on our website. All what we need to do is go ahead and click on quick edit. Then we change the title. Maybe I want to call this FAQs, that is frequently asked questions. And the status, you drop down the arrow and change it from draft to published. Then you go ahead and update. And now we have a new page called FAQs. So similarly, if you want to duplicate any of the pages we have on our website, you repeat the same process just as we saw for the frequently asked questions page. So with the FAQ page, you can go ahead and edit it with Elementor. Let's quickly do that. Let's go ahead and right click on edit with Elementor and open link in a new tab because we still need this particular page right here. I will exit out of here and here as well. So the first thing you want to do is customize the text in here. You can even go ahead and change the background image. We've already seen how we can do that, so we don't want to repeat the process. Maybe I don't need this title at all, so I'll just take it off by right clicking on it, then click on delete. Next, let's change the title here. So I select it, then I call it FAQs. Going down, I don't need the whole of this section, so I can just exit it from here like this. I don't also need a Google Maps, so I exit it, and now I'm left with this section where I have my FAQs. Maybe this image, we don't need it here. We can right click on the edit container, then we go ahead and delete it. And you see that our column is just stuck to one end. What we can do is click on edit container right here. Then we go ahead and change the width from 50 to 100. Perfect. Next, we go over to advanced, and you see that under padding, we only have 100 at left. Let's add in 100 at right so that we have some space right here. So I come in here and I enter 100. If you want to add in more questions, you can just go ahead and click on the pencil icon right here. Then you add a new item, and this is where you enter the question. And this is where you want to enter the answer to this particular question. When that is done, you go ahead and update the page. Let's take a look. Perfect. So that's it on how you can add extra pages to your website. And we saw how to add extra pages to our website. However, users of our website cannot have access to them simply because there are no links anywhere on the website where users can click in order to access them. Now let's see how we can add those pages to locations where users can have access to them. I'll show you how to add it on the main menu as well as the footer menu. So to do that, we go to the back end of our website. Then we go over to appearance. I'm going to go ahead and right click on menus, open link in a new tab. I don't want to lose this particular page because I want to refer back to it. So I go over to the menus page. In here, you see that we have the quick links simply because we selected it earlier. Remember, we created a privacy policy page as well as frequently asked questions page. But at the moment, users of our website will not be able to click on them simply because they are not linked to any page. There are two ways you can go ahead and add them as menu items to this particular menu. I'll show you both ways. So first of all, what you need to do is go back to the pages page. Then you go over to privacy policy. You see we have view right here. Upon hovering on the privacy policy page, when you point on view, you right click on it, then click on copy link, then come back to the menus, then remove the hashtag that is under privacy policy, then you paste in the URL. Similarly, you do the same thing for the frequently asked questions. First of all, I collapse this. So that is the first way you can do that. I'm going to show you the second method. And with the second method, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and delete the FAQs menu. which is not linked to any page. So I expand it, then I click on remove. Now let's go ahead and add in the main page. And if you go to pages right here, you see that we have FAQs. So when you add this, by selecting it, then you click on add to menu. It will appear right here. You can go ahead and rearrange it just the way it was previously. And you see that this particular page is not a custom link just as the rest. This one shows that this particular page is an existing page and not a page where we can drop down the arrow and go ahead and paste in a custom link, just as we did for the privacy policy page. So you either enter in the custom link or you take it off and then go ahead and add the page from the list of pages right here. So let's save the changes. Now, if we go to the front end, you see that the links are not clickable because it's not going to any page. Let's see for the FAQ page is the same. However, if I refresh, then I go down, upon hovering on the privacy policy link, at the bottom here, you see that there's a link there, and then the same goes for FAQs page. So now we can click on privacy policy so that it will take us to the very page. Awesome. And the same goes for the FAQs. Perfect. Now let's see how we can add a page as part of the main menu right here. So we go back to menus, then under select menu, we drop down the arrow, then we choose primary menu. Click on select. In this case, we are going to use the FAQs page as an example. So what we need to do is go ahead and select it, then click on add to menu. Then you can rearrange it just the way you want. This is how I want to keep it. Or maybe I bring it under about page, then I go ahead and save the menu. Now, if we go to the front end of our website and refresh, you see the new menu right here. So that's it on how to add pages as menus. Next, we are going to look at some finishing touches and also go ahead and wrap up with the design of our website. Now, if you look at the header right here, you see that we've not looked at how we can change the contact information here. And going down, we have not also looked at how we can change the social icons, either by adding more social icons or even adding the links to the various pages. And finally, we will look at how we can customize the copyright text of our website. To do that, we go over to the theme customizer. So first of all, to change the contact info right here, what you need to do is hover on it. Then you see this blue icon right here. Just click on it and it will present us with the text editor right here. So this is where you can go ahead and change the contact number. So I'll just enter in something right here. Going down, let's see how we can add some social icons. So to do that, upon hovering on it, you click on the blue icon right here. And this is where you can add more social icons or even remove the ones you don't want. So let's assume we want to add LinkedIn. What we need to do is click on the drop down arrow right here. Then we search for LinkedIn. I have it right here. Click on it and then click on the plus icon right here and it will be added. You see it right here. If you don't need a particular one, there are two ways. You can either hide it, maybe Twitter, you see that it's gone, or you can go ahead and delete it completely. So we've added the social icons we need. I'll take you to where we can add the links in a moment. Next thing we want to look at is the copyright text right here. So we go ahead and select copyright, or if you are not on the footer editor, you can just hover on it. Then you go ahead and click on edit. Then you choose copyright. After choosing edit, it will now enable the footer editor for you. So this is where you want to customize your text. And you see that we have copyright and then current year. So this is copyright and the current year is 2022. We are seeing 2022 as a result of this tag right here. Next is the name of our website, which is being pulled in by the site title tag right here. And finally, we have designed by Dikupages web. So this is where we want to actually go ahead and change. So if you want to change this maybe to your own name, what you need to do is just go ahead and remove this. Maybe you can add in a column after the by. Then you go ahead and enter your company name or whatever name you want to enter in here. And next, you highlight the name. That is if you want to link it to a particular website. then you can go ahead and do that by clicking on the insert link right here. Then you enter in the URL from here. Then you click on apply. So let's assume this is the URL I want to enter. This is just an example. Then I click on apply. If it is a particular website where you want users to go without leaving your website, next thing you want to do is click on edit. Then you click on the gear icon right here. Then you go ahead and check this box so that the link will open in a new tab, update. So that's how you can customize the footer text. However, the name here, if it's going to be different from the main site title, what you need to do is go ahead and remove this tag. Then you manually enter in the particular name you want. Now that that is done, let's see how we can add the social links. So we go back, then we go over to general. Next, we go over to social network accounts. So this is where we are going to add the links to the various social accounts we have here. So first of all, we have Facebook. So I'll just enter the first one to show you how it is done. So I enter https://facebook.com/ then you bring the URL extension of your Facebook page. So let's assume mine is Dikupages. So I just go ahead and enter it in there. And similarly, I do the same thing for Instagram and LinkedIn. For now, I'll just enter hashtag just to make them links. Perfect. So that is all what we want to do. Then we go ahead and publish. It is published. We exit from here. So now we've seen how we can change the contact information right here, and also add in some social icons as well as their respective links, and finally customize the copyright text. One more thing you need to do is visit all the pages you have on your website just to make sure that everything is intact before you go ahead and launch your website. So you can start by going to the home page. So if you see that everything is all right, then you can move to the next page. However, if you see that there's something you need to change, all what you need to do is click on edit with Elementor. That is if you are on the particular page where you want to make the changes. So I am assuming that we don't have any changes made, and this brings us to the end of our tutorial. So that's it on how to create a digital agency website using WordPress and Elementor. And I hope you found value in the tutorial. Thank you for watching the tutorial from the beginning to this very end. Alright guys, I hope you found value in today's video. If you did, kindly hit the like button, subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and also hit the notification bell so that each time I post a new video on this channel, you will be the first to know. Keep watching, and I will see you in the next one.